My primary ministry is with a uni ministry called Student Outreach to the World, SO for short. I've been directing that ministry for 4 years now. Looking back, I had no idea that this would be what I'd be doing eventually. As a kid, because my dad was a minister / missionary, I really didn't want anything to do with church work or anything like that. So for me to be doing this now was very sort of unexpected. Long journey, a lot of different things going on, but ultimately thankful that God's led me to be in this place now. Growing up, I knew that I was a Christian and I knew that was my identity, but for some reason it never translated into this is what my life now is meant to be. It didn't translate to my purpose. By the time I was getting to the end of high school, coming into my first year at uni, I was really enjoying some of the freedoms of not having a curfew, setting my own timetable, having a bit more money. By the time I got to uni, my faith was a little rocky. Even as I got involved with SO in the beginning, there was still this sense where on Sundays and at ministry meetings, I'd be one person, and then on Friday nights, Saturday nights, I'd be a very different kind of person. And that really changed over time as the sparkle really wore off on the whole, going out at night sort of thing. And I was really challenged by this whole idea of mission, because it kind of helped me to connect my identity as a Christian with what my purpose as a Christian was meant to be. The first sermon I ever heard on missions was Matthew 28, and the theme was God's mission, your mission. And that really helped to kind of join the dots between, if that's who you are, then this is what the calling is meant to be. And that's kind of what started the journey. Got involved in the missions program, and from there started to get more involved in kind of volunteering as a student leader. The mission statement of SO is to disciple uni students to love Jesus, serve his church, and reach his world. Essentially, it boils down to we want to reach university students with the gospel, and we want to equip them in the gospel. Doing evangelism, doing walk-ups, getting people involved in short-term mission trips, doing the training. Missions and evangelism is a really central part of the ministry's identity. I believe mission's important because God is on a mission and he calls his people to also be a part of that mission. God is in the business of having the gospel spread to all the nations in the world. He uses his church, his people, as the vehicle by which the gospel is going out and people are being discipled, they're growing in their faith, and the word is being preached. And I think when we consider ourselves as Christians, we consider our identity as people who've been redeemed by the blood of Jesus, adopted into the Father's family, indwelt by the Spirit for a reason. And it's always good to kind of remember, okay, why did God save me? One way to answer that question is because he loves me, and that's true. But another way that you could pose a question is, for what purpose did God save me? And it is to participate in the amazing work of the gospel.